come out in good quality. Okay, so the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So let us get started again. First of all, warning, this is going to be a spoiler review, so if you have not seen in the theater or on Blu-ray or whatever came out, please do not watch this video. Or if you don't mind spoilers, okay, I guess you can stick around, and we'll get right into this. So, yeah, again, spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't want to get spoiled. Alright, so let's get started. So, Marvel's Doctor Strange introduces us to a new universe of the mystic side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we get introduced to Dr. Stephen Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, who is a neurosurgeon, and eventually gets into a very bad car accident, and messes up his hands really bad. He's trying to do all he can to get his hands back, in order to strengthen his hands back so he can go back to his job, but he can't do it. And so eventually he wastes all of his money, he eventually spends every penny he has, and eventually he makes it to Nepal, where he meets this person played by Tilda Swinton, which is the Ancient One, and she teaches him the way of the mystic arts. And we also are introduced to a couple new faces. We got Chiwetel, what's his name? Chiwetel Ejiofor, I guess? Ejiofor? Yeah. He plays the part of Mordo, I guess his name is. And then he teaches him ways of the mystic arts as well. We are also introduced in the beginning of the film, forgot to mention that, Mads Mikkelsen's character as Caecilius, who plays the apprentice who goes down a forbidden path and becomes evil and becomes the villain of the film. We also get Benedict Wong playing the part of Wong, which is funny, and Rachel McAdams playing the part of Christine Palmer, the doctor who works with Doctor Strange to help him. So this film was actually pretty surprising. I mean, I didn't go to the theaters to see this. I wish I did. Instead, I actually saw it online. It was like very poor quality. It was like, what the heck is it? You know. Then I was just going to. This is a funny story. I go to the charging station because I'm going to get a charging station for my PlayStation controller, and all of a sudden, one of my roommates here is like, he's like, "Hey, they got Marvel's Doctor Strange on Blu-ray." I'm like, no freaking way. I'm like, you kidding? He's like, no, I'm not kidding. Come over here. I'm like, I look over there, like, on the shelf. I'm like, oh. And it broke me, because I was going to get the charging station. I'm like, you know what? I have to get this. So, I got it. We watched it last night. I mean, I fell asleep during it. But then I managed to watch the rest of it. The other half I missed today. And it was really good. The effects are amazing. I mean, it's kind of like exactly, there are some moments in the film where it feels like Inception. If you guys have seen that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, you get that same exact thing, like buildings like turning and twisting. You see that it's like, what the heck is going on, you know? And we get that, and it's like for instance, this one scene, we also see Avengers Tower, spoiler alert, gets folded over and it goes upside down. I was like, what the heck is going on? You know, and then the final battle. This is the major spoiler, so spoiler again to people who are still watching in case. The final battle showdown at the end of the film is great. I love it. The colors too, vibrant colors. We get purple, green, we get red, we get all these different colors. It's on this other dimension, in the dark dimension. And we get introduced to the villain, Dormammu, who is basically, I guess, controlling everyone, I guess, once it's pulling it into the dark dimension, saying, you know, I'm the devourer of these worlds and everything. I have control, you don't. And I love the scene where Doctor Strange takes the time gem, and what he does is he goes up against Dormammu. He says, he's like, I want to make a bet or whatever. And he's like, your bet, you know, he's saying, you've come to die or whatever. And he kills them like 5 times. He keeps on coming back. He reverses time, even though he's killed. He'll reverse time, and then go back before he was killed and say, "Hey Dormammu, I'm here to accept this one." And it was awesome. And at the end he says, at the end the Dormammu's like, "What do you want?" And this is the part I really love, where he says, "I want you to go back to where you are, wherever you came from, and you are not allowed to come back to this realm or dimension again." He says, "And take your dark forces with you," which includes he comes back, and the first of all, in the movie, Wong never laughs. At the end of the film, you see him laughing, and it was funny. And then you see him looking at Caecilius, and he says, "What did you do?" He said, "You wanted to go to the dark dimension? Here, go." So, and he's looking down his hands are disappearing and everything, and their eyes turn purple, and they all go floating off into the dark dimension. So that was pretty awesome. Then eventually Mordo, who was following him this entire time, obviously since I forgot to mention earlier in the film, the Ancient One says there are certain forbidden, like, spells or whatever that cannot be used, and spoiler alert, Ancient One does die at the in the film, and we get Mordo, who eventually brings up the fact that says, "You guys have broken these many laws and everything. I'm not joining that path. I'm taking this path." So he walks off, and so Doctor Strange and everything goes back to his thing. I guess no, he goes back to the sanctum, and he puts the gem back, and then it pretty much just closes off the film from there. But then, then we go into the end credit scene. We have two of them, if you guys didn't catch it. One is with Thor from there, and they're talking, both of them, back and forth about, so Dormammu Caecilius had the same power, kind of like almost similar powers as your brother Loki. And Thor's like, I think so, quite so, and everything. I mean, well, not the same, but because Loki has the power to, he's the god of mischief, so he can do mischievous things, while Caecilius is like, But anyways, we get this one part though where it's funny. He has a huge giant pint of it refills. It was just kind of funny, and so he's like, also our father Odin has been missing. He's like, "Oh, Odin." He's like, "Yeah, well, in that case, it's like, let's get started. I'll help you." And then it ends right there. There's the credit there. Then we get the final end credit scene with Mordo. This part I didn't understand at first, where he goes up to the one dude you remember at the beginning of the film, Pangorn, who suffered from a major spinal injury, and is now, because he's using this magic, I guess, is helping him walk. I don't know. And so anyways, Mordo walks in and he's like, "Hey, you're looking good," and everything. He says, "Hey, what do you want?" and everything. He says, there's this. He's like, he just is like, we need. There's so many things going on now. Now that this happened with Dormammu and all, I guess, and I'm trying to remember what he said, but there was a one scene though. Yeah, he just rips out his power from his chest. I guess from him, he just sucks all that energy out of him, and he's like, "What did you do?" He's like, "I've realized now a lot about the world now." He says, the world's full of sorcerers, and it just ends right there. I was like, what just happened? That made no sense. So, anyways, all in all, Doctor Strange was really good, and we'll be seeing him, and I'll be talking about it in a second. He will be, though, in Thor Ragnarok, coming out in November this year, so be sure to also be ready for that. Alright, so, Doctor Strange, again, for me, my review, I gotta give it an A+, guys. Because it was a very fun ride to experience. It was very mind-boggling. It really messed with your mind. But once you got into it, it was one of the best of the best. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We were just reviewing Doctor Strange. How's it going? So, now that being said, quick questions. Those who... Oh, yeah, he left. Okay, I was gonna see... Wait, what was it? Okay. So, let's move on to these upcoming Marvel films. Let's talk about them. First one's up. We got Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's coming out May 5th, and we're coming back with, first of all, I just saw the recent trailer that was dropped for it, where we're introduced now to, we're getting Star-Lord back, we're getting Drax, we're getting Gamora, we're getting Rocket Raccoon, we're getting Baby Groot, we're getting Mantis, we're getting Yondu, and we're getting, I think, Nebula, I forgot to mention, yeah, Nebula. And also, we're going to be introduced to Star-Lord's dad, played by the one and only Kurt Russell. That's going to be pretty interesting. So, the things to expect from this film, I don't know. The things that I've heard, there's going to be some about the planet Oa. I guess it's going to be the villain in the film. I don't know if it's going to be a planet. But we'll see what happens when it gets closer, as the trailers progress, as we get closer to that side of the movie there. We'll see what happens. By the way, Logan came out yesterday. I know I was going to review that today. Sadly, I have not seen it yet. Probably by the end of this week, hopefully by this upcoming Friday, I'll hopefully have it in, so I can, you guys can definitely check it out. Okay, so, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, major one we're going to get. I heard eventually Baby Groot is going to become Big Groot again, which is going to be interesting as well. So, first of all, Matt, any thoughts on Doctor Strange?
Not really.
Any thoughts? Okay, any on Guardians that you could think of?
Not really.
No, okay. Alright, that's alright. It's alright. Alright, so Guardians we went through Doctor Strange. Alright, we'll go through, what was the other one here? What was it? Oh, Thor Ragnarok, right. We gotta get through Thor Ragnarok. Okay, so Thor Ragnarok, the whole premise of that film is basically, well, everyone who's read the comics, basically it's the end of Asgard, and it's basically, well, Ragnarok technically in Viking Norse mythology means end of the world. So, and this is technically Asgard, I guess, is gonna fall. Thor is working together with his brother Loki to find their dad, and eventually there's this villain that's gonna occur in the film. 3 of them, I think. One played by Jeff Goldblum, one played by Cate Blanchett, who she's gonna be playing Death, and then we're getting another one. We haven't gotten an actor, I don't think, in for it yet. It's still a ways away. For the part of Surtur as well, the giant demon. So I'm looking forward to this film. Really, there's a lot of expectations we can see from this film, but for the most part, Thor Ragnarok is going to be probably one heck of a ride, especially with Doctor Strange making a cameo in the film, because that's really going to step up the game in the Marvel Universe. And I'm sorry, DC, I know you got Justice League and Wonder Woman, and you got all these coming out, but I think Marvel's had you beat for quite a long time. Marvel, I think, has really stepped up more than DC on their part. I mean, no offense, DC, I'm sorry. I pay much respect to you guys. Alright, that being said, let's get into Black Panther. We have Black Panther coming out. That's going to be good. Chadwick Boseman's going to be coming back to play the part after Civil War, and we'll be seeing more of him. That's coming up actually next year. Black Panther. We'll be getting that. We'll be getting the story of Wakanda. I've never read the comic book of Black Panther. Again, like I never read about Doctor Strange, so I never knew anything about him. Same thing with Black Panther. But when we get to see the movie Black Panther come out, I'll get to know more and more about the character, and then we'll know more information about where he came from, what's his origin story, what will it tie into the whole thing where where Winter Soldier's being healed up, or no, he's put under ice, like at the end of Civil War. We'll see that hopefully in the giant panther statue. That'll be pretty awesome. So, but again, that doesn't come out till next year, so we won't see it. But yeah. Alright, so, and then, not to mention, yeah, we gotta see on the villain, who's gonna be the villain in the film. So, Really looking forward to Black Panther. It hits out next year. I forgot what month or day, but we'll find out later on down, hopefully by the end of this year. So, let's get into another one here, Spider-Man Homecoming. Let's talk about that. Spider-Man has been a favorite of mine since as a kid, growing up. And to see him evolve over the years, I didn't really like him in Spider-Man in the trilogy as Tobey Maguire's version. I mean, it was good. We got the villains were great and everything, but it just didn't really grab your... At first it did, but then you go back to it and it's like, you didn't really grab that attention. It didn't really grab that material, But, I thought Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, they did their best. Sam Raimi did okay on the films, I gotta say. So, much respect to Sony and Columbia there for doing that. Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield in number 1 and 2. He was good. I actually quite enjoyed, I think Andrew Garfield, I enjoyed better than Tobey Maguire. And then, when they fired him off after Amazing Spider-Man 2, it was like, it kind of broke me, It was like, why are we losing such a great actor? I mean, I get it, he's in his 30s, same as Tobey Maguire was when he did Spider-Man. So, and we're gonna get him, and then it's like, he's gone. And they were already talking about making Amazing Spider-Man 3, and we're like, where are we gonna get another Spider-Man? So eventually, Civil War is coming out, and we all saw the trailer, where eventually, I did not see this coming. It was trailer number 2. I was watching this closely, and at the end, it basically shows Civil War, and then it's like, and then you suddenly see Tony Stark yell out, I've run out of patience, underoos, and then suddenly you see this web come down and take Cap's shield. I'm like, what? They're remaking I'm like, because I heard Sony was making a deal with Marvel to put him in the cinematic universe. It's still, Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man, but they're giving him to cinematic universe to be used in the Marvel films, to use with the Avengers. So when I saw that come down, I'm like, which the shield, I'm like, what? Because I saw the cover for the comic that it shows Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Captain America. So that actually was pretty exciting when we saw that. Now we're getting a film of him. Michael Keaton's going to be playing the villain in the film as Vulture. And we're going to be getting the Shocker. We're going to be getting this other villain called the Tinkerer. There's all these different villains we're going to be getting. And we're really excited for this film. It comes out July 7th of this year. So book your calendars for that if you guys are big Spidey fans. So, really looking forward to that. And I think lastly, I'm going to talk about the major phenomenon that we're really looking forward to in the cinematic universe, Avengers Infinity War. We got to talk about that. Okay, so all the Marvel films that we've had in the past have all tied in together at some point. They've all connected. Like we've gotten, for instance, let's talk about the Infinity Stones. Like I've talked about those before. Like the Tesseract from the Avengers is like the Space Stone. We get the Reality Stone, the Ether. We get the Power Stone from Guardians of the Galaxy. We're getting the Mind Gem from Age of Ultron, which was technically also shown in Thor 1 and Avengers. And and Thor 2 as well. So we're getting that, and then we're also getting the Time Gem in Doctor Strange. We're getting the 5th Infinity Stone, and most likely we heard in Thor Ragnarok, we're gonna get the final Infinity Stone finally revealed. And I already heard where that's gonna be. If you guys, actually, I'll just tell you, the last Infinity Stone, from what I heard, is going to be on Heimdall's chest, on his armor, in Thor Ragnarok. So we'll be getting that as well as that comes in. So for that, that's gonna be pretty awesome. So anyways, Infinity War is basically, everyone knows who's read the comics. Infinity War is basically like the biggest like phenomenon we've been longing to see on a movie screen, because Avengers Infinity War in the comics was like a huge bloody battleground. It was like heroes and villains fighting constantly, and Thanos, who has the 6 Infinity stones on the gauntlet, it uses them on the Avengers to kill them and take them out. And so, and then eventually, I guess after all the original Avengers are dead, a new group of Avengers emerge and take down Thanos, from what I've heard. So, we're going to be getting, from what I heard in the feed on like Facebook and all the other social media areas, we've been saying that there's going to be over 60 superheroes in this film. And it's going to be directed again by the people who directed Captain America Civil War and The Winter Soldier. And we're really excited for this. This is going to be really good. We got everyone coming in. Thanos is they already picked the actor to do the voice of Thanos. I'm surprised. I forgot his name. I have to look it up again. It's going to fit perfectly with him, I think, definitely, when he comes out. And it's really an exciting thing. And also, I just saw earlier, probably about a half hour ago, maybe 15 minutes ago, we saw a quick preview. If you guys didn't see it on YouTube, you could go to Kino Check, type in Kino Check, go to their channel, subscribe, check it out. They dropped a teaser trailer for Deadpool 2. So look forward to check that out, and that's going to be awesome. Logan, again, is another film everyone's going to go see. Don't tell me anything about Logan if you've already seen it, because I've not seen it yet. I would like to see it. Once I do, then I can get your guys' feedback on that. And also, we got what else? We got a bunch of Marvel films, we got DC films, we got all these things coming out, but mainly we wanted to talk about Doctor Strange and the upcoming films, just to give you a taste of what we're going to expect later on in the near future for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Spider-Man joining now on the Cinematic Universe is really awesome, and Doctor Strange, and we'll be getting much more as more heroes come out. Oh, Ant-Man 2 comes out next year, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that's going to be really awesome. So, but guys, I just wanted to quickly get through this, so you guys are free to leave your comments below. What you guys think? Are you excited for? First of all, what did you think of Marvel's Doctor Strange? Did you guys like the film? And share your thoughts with me. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Also, let me know what are your guys' theories or thoughts on the upcoming films such as Infinity War, Black Panther, the ones I just discussed. And just post right below. Let me know on those, definitely, because I will read them and get back to you or I'll reply to your messages. And also, I'm telling you, yeah, really, Marvel has really been my favorite movies, my favorite company to produce movies, because every time I walk into a Marvel film, you get that hype feeling. Sometimes when you walk into a DC film, yeah, same feeling, but you don't get that same exact excitement as you do in a Marvel film. Okay, if you're a DC if you're a DC fan, I respect that. If you're a Marvel fan, I respect that too. But, you know, sometimes, from my opinion, I just can never get into DC. I mean, I've gotten into DC a little bit. It just seems, the only problem with it is they just haven't been able to make much more money than Marvel has made. And that's why they haven't done the best that Marvel has done, in my opinion. Some will agree with that, disagree with that. But, for the most part, guys, Marvel has really done this over the years, and I gotta give, first of all, I want to say thank you, Stan Lee, for bringing these characters to the comics. And because if you didn't bring it to the comics, we wouldn't have them in the movies, taken off the pages of the comics and put into movies. Like over the years, like we've had Daredevil, we've had Elektra, we've had the Fantastic Four, we've had all these great Marvel films from Fox and Sony and Paramount, and just from Disney now owning Marvel. It's like, oh man, this is amazing. So, alright, so guys, yeah, definitely leave your thoughts below. Let me know on any of these things we talked about, Doctor Strange, on the upcoming Marvel films such as Infinity War, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Thor Ragnarok, all those ones we mentioned, and let me know how excited you are and what you think we're going to expect in these films. So again, thank you guys for watching, and like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for sticking around, and hopefully you guys had your minds emptied out and you opened up your minds to what we had to say today, which is an actual quote in Doctor Strange: open your mind, forget everything you think you know. Let's just talk about this. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best, and as always, if you like these videos that you see, you can click that like button, leave a comment, like me on Facebook or Twitter, and also hit that subscribe if you want to be hooked onto the channel. So until then, this is Bulldog saying so long, and Matt, want to say so long to everyone?
Later.
Thank you all so much for watching. Y'all take care. Have a good one. See how good that is?
Yeah.
Those are the nice